What's the deal? What's the deal? How's everybody doing? What's up, everybody? Unfortunately, this isn't everybody, right? I see 65 people on here, or 66. What's going on? Rangy times call for rangy viewers. That should be good. How's everybody's New York session? How's your morning? Netherlands beat Romania. Right, Turkey won today. Turkey, yeah. So, the best game of the day is still to come. Brazil versus Colombia. I have no idea why I say it like that. That's gonna be a fun game. I got Colombia to win the whole tournament. Yo, can we get at least 200 in here? You see Venezuela? Yeah. No bueno. Colombia. Colombia. With a market mechanic in the house. Mods out here. Full force. Let's do a little breakdown. Let's see what we got going on. All right, so weekly's closed bullish, but it's previous week closed bullish, and it closed in a range, right? We've already filled the top wick. We've never closed above this area on the weekly, above 2332.9. Right, so that's what we were looking for this week, so we could have more buys up. For now, we'd expect a steeper bottom wick to flip on the weekly. It's still pretty early. It's only Tuesday, right? So we filled this range. We didn't really grab orders here, so we are looking for either a closure above 2332.47 or a drive back down on the weekly flip. 2318.03. Daily close bearish, respecting this little resistance, but it's also respecting a support. It's within this funky range. Yep. See, we're still in the same range from yesterday. On the 4 hour, we've closed bullish here on the 4 hour to close out yesterday's candle. Figure you'd come up to the top of the range to make a decision. Can we do that? The hourly, I think we might need to close above the most recent here, above this area, for us to look for buys. It's kind of interesting because for now we're holding support. This area there's another level here, so which it's holding, if you can see it. Yo, what the hell? Give me a line. Boom. See, we're still holding that area. If it closes above it, chances are we can make a bottom wick and drive up. So if we don't close above 2331, if we don't close above 2331 but tap I would have to say this area, right? We're able to tap this area after holding this support. I would look for buys on a bullish flip if we're able to do something like that, tap this area and start coming up, but only after we tap that area. This is where wicks come down to across the board here before any kind of push up. Outside of that, the only other way we can look for some more buys here is after the 4-hour closes. We would want that closure to be above 23.31, above the most recent. So then this is what you're looking for. Once you have this closure right here, then we're looking to fill the rest of this range. It's pretty clean here to the left, right? See this clean range, clean range, clean range, clean drives up and down. So that's what we're going to look to fill. And if that's the case, can we get that closure above? And some sort of bottom wick to come down, right? I'm not looking for a massively steep one, but some sort of bottom wick to at least this most recent level. All right, so we might get it. Look at this. The hourly's opened up right away here with a push up. So maybe we'll get this in the beginning of the candle. Maybe we'll get the first 5-10 minutes of the candle. But if we start coming back down and re-breaking the previous hourly low, that's the 4-hour break of the lows, the current 4-hour break of the lows. We're going to look to, it's probably going to look to come down to close off bearish. Let's see what it does here. We want a closure above 23.31.3, and then we can look for some positions to come up. Mean range we've been in here. Ugly. Yeah, I think this is gonna have to be a 15 closure, because looking at the 5, we've had 5 closures above this area that didn't drive. But if you go to the 15, 30, they were all wicks. So I think we're gonna need on the 15. We're good with that closure. All right, we get that. We're looking to fill the range here. Range from the daily. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, bunch of people at the Zoom door. Come true. Come true. Welcome. Hey, will you excuse me for 1 second? I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm gonna go grab some liquidity for us. Gotta have that daily conversation with my pops about soccer. Called me to let me know about the Brazil-Colombia game. I mean, we're waiting. We have 7 minutes for this 15 to close. And we will see if there's anything that we can do about it. Also got to remember that it's a nice tight range here, right? And what do we know about ranges is they squeeze and get tighter, right? The initial break out of the range is typically not it. That's typically the order grab to come back the other way, right? The liquidity grab. So we want to be sure by letting it actually attempt to come back in range. Other than that, like, you got to be very careful over here for it not to reverse on you. So it can come up here, it can ride up, and if it does, I'm okay with taking it off the 30, off the 1, off the 4, even after at the 4-hour close. If it is to come up, right, we'll probably get a closure and a top wick, and we'll get a chance to take positions up. Yep, grab that liquidity right here. I guess this was a support. Oh no, the hourly just started, right? This is the first 10 minutes of this hourly. We didn't make a bottom wick on this hourly candle. This could be a top wick to take us down. What about the one out? Yeah. That's what I just said. Man, my granny is showing early signs of dementia. Bruh, she's your granny. It's not early. It's on-time dementia. That shit is. Punctual dementia. Showing up on time. It's getting worse and worse. Yeah, unfortunately, like dementia, onset, Alzheimer's. It's crazy. Yeah, turned into a different person. I've seen it happen with my grandfather. Yep. Over time, it's just hard to deal with. 96, man. She needs to have double dementia, and you need to be okay with it. She's 96. He did 10 years. Uh-oh, somebody fell. Hold on, gang. One of the kids fell. I hear crying. All right. We had a 5 closure above. We have next 5 created a top wick. But the key is the 15 and the 30 here in 40 seconds. Yeah, 23.31. Well, you have a 15 level here as well, but that 15 level tops out at 23.32.8. It's 15 pips from here. Yeah, I like that more. I think this level fits a lot more because at this point you have clean range to the left even on the smaller time frame here, gang. So I think we'll stick to 23.31.8. Hold on a second, Joe. Yeah, 2331.8. Till then, we shall wait. We shall wait. We shall wait. Crazy stories of torture, murder, wild shit. You can Google it too. How Cuban political prisoners were kept. Bad shit be happening all over the world throughout, like throughout all the different times in human history. But it's definitely gotten better, right? Over time, human beings have gotten better at keeping the peace. Oh no, that's Friday. Friday's gonna be crazy. Spain, Germany. Spain's the best team in the tournament. By far. Spain, Germany should have been the final. Yeah, I think so. I think they've been the best two teams in the tournament. And Spain by far. Yeah, you could not have lost to Panama. Like, that was your out. Like, you weren't supposed to produce a win against Uruguay for the US. Panama was your out. Simpsons predict Portugal Germany final. Damn. Can't go against that. Thoughts on the US coach? I gave them yesterday. He sucks. He needs to be fired. And they need some experienced people. They need some older players. Just a bunch of young. Unless they're going to keep him around and get a really good coach that can, you know, raise the fellas. Simpsons never wrong. True. This is going to be such a good game. Brazil, Colombia. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's two good teams. So typically, in the Copa, you get either two shitty teams or a good team, bad team. It's very rarely that you get two good teams playing versus each other. Portugal, Germany on the same side. I know. I actually saw that earlier. I was thinking about that. They're gonna play. They're gonna play either Switzerland or England in the final. Because we know damn well Turkey ain't making it. Netherlands are a good team. Honestly, I like the Netherlands. They're always a good team. Closed above the most recent. Tap the most recent. I need a closure above here. tough. We don't have a bottom wick on this hourly, right? So we're gonna need a strong closure above here. We're gonna need to come back with a steep bottom wick back into a range here, depending on how high up we close. If we close above. Somebody, who the hell took my vape? I knew she was just in here. Fuck. I hate doing that shit. I hate doing a breakdown and then being muted. That pisses me off. Yeah, I was saying, for the most part, like, you guys haven't really been asking questions. So for the most part, it's the same, 400 or 500 people that show up day in, day out. Everybody knows what we're doing. Otherwise, I figured I'd see a lot more, price action questions here. But for the most part, we know we're in a range where we are bullish overall, right? Oh, I'm sorry. We are bearish on the daily, but we are in a bullish weekly. We closed with a really strong bullish drive, and we closed with a strong bullish candle to finish out the day. So we would look for some bullish momentum to start the day off, to create a top wick to most likely head back down. Where would that top wick be? It could be at this area where we are right now. It could be at 35. And if that's the case, will we wait for the top wick to be created? And come back down in range to have sells, or are we going to get these closures above and continue up? We must wait. Struggling to follow up on getting greedy over trading. It's tough, especially when like you go through periods of no trades, right? You spend a session or two with no trades, you're like extra trigger happy. Feel that. 4 hour closes in 30 minutes. What about the 4 hour? 4 hour closes in 30 minutes, and hopefully it closes bullish. That way we could be a little more confident in taking buys. If it closes bullish above here, you're really looking for a bullish close in the 4 hour above 32. Or above the most recent, so we have enough range to trade to 32 if we get bottom wicks. But I wouldn't trade off the 4 hour here based on the smaller time frame range and these rejections that are right outside the range. I wouldn't trade based on the 4 hour price action here. I would rather take buys if the 4 hour closes bullish and above the most recent hourly highs, right? But it's not going to be in this range. I'm still going to wait for the smaller time frame to close outside this little shitty range. Already closed. Bullish, still respecting. If the 4 hour flipped bearish, we're looking for positions on a 4 hour closure below 23.29.258. Because if it doesn't close below 23.29.25 but flips bearish, you're gonna have a 4 hour leg candle, which at that point we'll still expect to come up. How interesting. Looking at the 4 hour levels. This would be minor. 55 is frozen. What does that mean? What's that mean, chat? Huh? What's that mean? Wow, what a dragging week within this range. This whole week we've spent in here. We've no drives, just within the same price range. Ugly. Yeah, it's annoying. But it is what it is. Gotta adjust. IG promo time. I mean, people know the deal. They know what IG is. Which strategy do you use? I don't know. I use these horizontal trend lines. And I use price action and my knowledge of candles, all combined with my experience, make up my strategy. There's no name for it. Make one up. Yeah, I mean, price action is the simplest way. Everybody, reads price differently. But if you're not using indicators, you're looking strictly at candles. Right? If these candles, these Japanese candles, your only indicator, right? Yeah, you're using a form of price action, and I think beyond any strategy that you're gonna apply, you can apply anything you want. Everything works as long as the foundation is in price action. As long as you have a strong foundation in price action and reading candles and understanding time frames, you can apply whatever else you want on top of it, and as long as it always comes back to price action at the end of the day. And it does. If you're applying things correctly, typically it does always come back to price action. How long take it to become profitable, and do you have any tips? Yeah, be patient. It's gonna take longer than you think, but when you're ready, it's gonna hit you faster than you've ever expected. So just be patient. Your time's coming. Four minutes here for this 15. 5 here, no top wick. Not too pretty on the hourly here, but held support. We spoke about this area, right? Pulled in possible support here. Knowing everything you know now, would you do it again? Yes, because I found my passion. This is like this is something it's one of the most passionate endeavors in my life. I've been more passionate about this than about pretty much just about everything. Would I recommend it to somebody else? No. Most people, it's not their passion. It's very rare that this is really your passion, what you love doing, what you're about. Most people, it's just money, right? But I really enjoy doing this. Just take on futures. It's a good route to take. How was your morning trade? We stacked. We had stacked positions, and then we had more positions for sells, but I closed them out at break even because it was or for buys. Yeah, I closed them out at break even, and no, it was for sells, and like because we candle rebroke 3 or 4 times, so I was like, all right, if it comes back again, I'm gonna close it. It came back, and as soon as I closed it, it moved 50 pips in a split second. I was like, all right, I'm off the charts, I'm out. I completely forgot that even happened until you brought it up just now. Like, I was like, well, that sucks. I'm out. I walked out the door and I haven't looked back since. It's about as long as my memory lets me dwell on a trade. Is it your hobby or do you trade for a living? It's something that was a hobby that turned into a more serious thing. My hobby is more of like eating, swimming, going to the gym, I don't know, going to the pool. Those are my hobbies. Underwater basket weaving, that's right. Unicycle fencing, all that kind of shit, you know. Horseback snowboarding. All that good shit. Couldn't chat for a whole week. Damn. Smoking weed? No, smoking weed is just something like, that's not a hobby. I would say that's more of like that's my job. It's part of the stipulations of me working every day. Okay. I hate seeing these ugly gaps, like WTF, yo, what is up with this? This shit's been throwing me off with these gaps. I'm not used to them here on Oanda. You called it last night, bro. Hit that break at a high and retrace back down. I know, I looked at it like an hour later. I got off the streams. I went to smoke a J, right? I watched a little bit of Ukrainian news. And then, oh, I watched Lex Friedman. Yo, Lex Friedman dropped a new episode today. Wait, who? Who was it? Who did he interview today? Oh, Ivanka Trump. So that's what he had today. But I watched Sarah Walker. Physics of Life, Time Complexity, and Aliens. And then after I was done watching that, I came back in here and I saw that the market pushed all the way back. I was like, all right, just confirmed, you know, reinforced my breakdown. The Big Short? Yeah, I watched it a while back. About the crisis, yeah, about the recession. I mentioned to you about a year back that I thought it would break through. Almost 1 year. Remember you told me you don't know if it will be soon. Long story short, I'm still on my journey. Long journey. Centipedes. Those are funny animals. Yo, George Carlin had a funny one on them. He said, yo, if a centipede wants to kick another centipede in the kneecap, does it stand on 50 and kick with 50, or does it kick one leg at a time? You know me, I was smoking a J. I was like, that's fucking funny. Right. Rejecting again. Previous daily was bearish. We don't have much of a bottom wick on this daily. How old were you when you first tried weed? I was 20. $11 here for this 4 hour, for this hourly candle. That's good, late bloomer. Yeah, I was done with college by the time I smoked my first. I'm sorry, I wasn't done. I dropped out of college. Imagine, I dropped out first and then started smoking. Yeah, by the time I started smoking in my 20s, like, most of the people that I knew in high school that were smoking, they were already done. They quit already by that time. Family's alright. Knock on wood. Patience setup versus impulse entry. What's your definition of impulse entry? And if you're getting in there, it's probably according to plan, right? So as long as it's, whether it's patiently set up or it's middle of the candle moving, set up, right? Is it set up spontaneously? As long as it's still following your plan, it doesn't matter if you have a plan for it. At that point, it's like your comfort levels, right? Your relationship with money. Are you comfortable with being in a trade that's got a 50% chance of winning? Are you comfortable with being in a trade that's got an 80% chance of winning, one over the other? Or are you comfortable with both, but you'll risk less on the other one, or risk more versus risking more on the higher probability trade, right? It's just, at that point, it depends on your relationship with money, but as long as you have a plan with them, you're doing it with a plan that's proven to work over time, like, shit, go ahead, do both. You got a plan for entry, plan for exit, plan for managing, risk management. Don't let nothing stop you. Yeah, I know you guys get tired of hearing this, but some people, you know, have not been here for years and years. So, magic, said this plenty of times. At some point, you got to get sick and tired of your own shit and repeating the same mistakes, right? Got to get sick and tired of your own shit. Right? I said this yesterday also. You gotta, in some cases, you must eliminate in order to evolve, right? So, old habits don't open new doors. Get rid of some of the bad habits and start building winning habits. Yo, I was navigating here and found your channel, bro. So you stream Always Asian? Absolutely. Kerwin, my friend. I didn't realize that was you. Nice to have you on here. My my South Florida friend, my neighbor. Yeah, we stream every single Asian every weekday, as we have for the last few years, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Appreciate you having the time to stop by here, show some love. Miami, baby. Yeah, I'm a county away from you. I'm in Broward, bro. This is the neighbor that grills me. Are you serious? That's Kerwin. That's Kerwin. I know Kerwin from like 2018, 2019. I know of Kerwin from 2018, 2019 from Raj's channel. That's how I heard of Kerwin first. Right? But obviously since then, like in being in trading circles, you know, everybody hears of each other, and it's like, yeah, like over time you just like, you get to know people without really knowing them in real life. So like, people know of each other. Yeah, it's been a long time. Like I follow you on IG, bro. Chat, what's going on with everybody? Is it this range that's like keeping the viewers away? We haven't broken 600 viewers this whole week. What's going on? New York session was nice today. Yeah, we had some nice position for news. Well, we have pre-news positions and then news positions. We called it Sunday. Yeah, the Sunday private session. He said this is gonna happen until Wednesday, till we get some news on Wednesday. But I think, what time the markets close tomorrow, right? What time will the futures markets close tomorrow? 1 p.m., right? Or noon, the brokers will close down. So, chat, be careful tomorrow. Make sure you're out of positions unless you want to hold them through 4th of July. Not tomorrow, on Thursday? Ooh, that's right. Oh, so we're trading tomorrow all day. Thursday, that's right. 4th of July, Thursday, I'm sorry. I just can't wait to celebrate. America. You know me. I'm gonna do a nice little tomahawk on the grill and a whole bunch of hibachi on the griddle. That's how that's gonna work. Fireworks. There's gonna be one type of firework, and it's gonna be my fat Jamaican joint that I'm gonna light up. That's a tomahawk. Bougie's fucking mouth started watering and shit. No diddy. Chef 9 on the grill. Still in competition with the neighbor? Yes. Yes. He's a fucking Michelin chef. I gotta outdo him on something. I gotta. I'm gonna get good at my little onion volcanoes. And be like, yo neighbor, check that out. Can you volcano? Nope. Didn't think so. The thing is, I go outside right now. My whole backyard smells like a mean Texas barbecue right now. I don't know what kind of brisket he's smoking. My backyard smelled like Texas barbecue since 11 a.m. It's crazy. Chat, we got 90 seconds here for the 4-hour to close. This is gonna get really interesting. The 4-hour might flip, might not. I need a closure above here on the small time frame. Remember we said I'm not gonna pull triggers here off the 4-hour. We're gonna actually look to break out of this range, and we're gonna make sure the market doesn't fake us out by giving it a chance to break back down into range. Remember we also said, since we were in this little smaller time frame area, typically the first breakout out of something like that is not the breakout to drive. It's a breakout to grab orders and highly likely to fake you out, right? So you might get that fake out here right now. It's going to be interesting how we close. You also don't want like a leg candle. Oh, we got to flip the tape. Perfect. Side A, side B. 20 seconds here. Wow, really indecisive 4-hour. Let's get rid of this. Clear all the drawings. We still have not tapped the higher time frame resistance though. So if we come down, tap this area, tap 27, and decide to continue riding back up on the next hourly, I wouldn't mind taking positions, but we're going to need to come back down, tap this area, and then come up flip. If we don't flip, we'll look for closures below here, a top wick to roughly 30 flat, and then a sell. But right now, if the first thing we do is tap 27, hold on. Oh, the daily has flipped here. I've been hating this. Anybody else just absolutely hating these gaps now on Oenda? God, I've been hating all that. We're in a range, so there won't be any bottom wick positions, right? A wick entry. We're in a range. We're not in a trending market. So if we were in a trending market, we can look for wick positions, but we're in a range. So there's no wick positions. We're just bouncing in between areas. Gaps are a bit confusing. In terms of levels, there are times where I'm like, all right, half a pip off, half a pip up, half a pip down. See, there was also no bottom wick on the previous 30, indicating there's not much range to continue down. Traded in the beard for the hair. They started Brazil versus Colombia. The game just started, chat. It's gonna be a very interesting game. I'm rooting for Colombia to take the whole thing. The 4 hours also kind of maintained this level. It's an interesting level. There's a support here as well. Oh yeah, we marked this area off when we started, so there was a chance to come up. But we also said that once we fill this area, once we did, we're looking for a closure above. We've already filled it. I can't take trades to there. We've rejected from there, so I'm gonna wait for closures above there. What we can also look for is some closures below the most recent. If we never break the highs here, right? If we close weak bullish or, you know, weak bearish, not a drive candle, we can look for closures below the most recent in a top wick, but we'll see how this happens. Push it, push it. Let's see how this 5 closes. Right. The most recent is pretty good too. Every time we've closed above the most recent, we've filled the range up. Right? We've had, especially recently, closure, filled the range. This one closed, it came up all the way up to here, which is our advantage point as it is anyway, right? But you have closures above here, Faked out, came back, closed above, filled the range. Closed above, filled the range. But this is the least common denominator, right? So if we're looking at 2334.5, roughly 30 pips of an advantage point once we get closures above there. Until then, you know, there's not enough volume to drive us out of there. So you want an indication of volume, and then you want direction. Right now, failure to close outside the range tells me there's a lack of volume, right? The closure outside the range in itself will speak volumes. It'll equal to actually being volume in the market. Otherwise, we wouldn't close outside the range like right now. But your Brazilian family's having bad luck today. Right, you said you were Cuban. I'm waiting. You said you are Cuban. Cuban by blood, have Chinese, Mexican, Brazilian, Dominican in my family by marriage. Haram. Yeah, you a mutt. My uncle is half Chinese and my other uncles married other Latinas. Oh, so you're like crouching tiger, hidden pata sucia. Throw a fucking flip-flop at you. Oh, shit. That's a wild combination right there. Chinese and Latino. Where you get the chancleta fucking frisbee throw. But the sushi is crazy. Nah, that's everyday life in Miami. Popping in and give a like, say what up. Hey, TTE in the house. Yo, we have a little local trading celebrity pop-up stream today. Everybody's showing up. Kervin showed up. TTE showed up. Yo, if ICT shows up today and then Don Vo, the night is complete. I'm Samoan, Tongan, Nguyen, Chinese, German, Russian, Irish, Italian. So you fighting a world war with yourself, bro. You just change uniforms depending on the time of day. Yeah, everyone's saying TTE had a great stream this morning. I'm guessing you had a good stream this morning, bro? Yeah, he always has a good stream. There's always a lot of value on his stream. Everyone brings value in their own, you know, everyone who's putting out, you know, the behind the scenes of their trading for you guys to really show you the mindset and how they approach this, a situation, or you know, or any kind of situation, a trade, risk management, you know, breakdown, how they approach drawdown, like all of that in real time, that's massively valuable. Everybody that does that, yo, big dubs. Shout out to you. Pasta sucia. Look more Samoan. That crazy hype dance they do before everything is wild. What is it? It's called a haka or something like that. Where they just be doing that. Gotta learn one of those. We gotta get a devious one. When we get together, Devious just does one. All the Devious needs one. Not even just Devious. I think the trading community in general, like traders meet up. There needs to be a trading haka. We need to, yo, anybody Samoan or from New Zealand here, we need to come up with a trading haka that we can all learn. Do one for an introduction video? Yeah, that'd be one. Add some Cuban sauce to it. Nobody will teach Eddie the dance. If you fill the range going up, then close bearish, would you expect a tap if not liquidity from the bottom of the range? If we fill the range going up to 36, right? And close bearish, would you expect a tap? Oh, liquidity from the bottom of the... What do you mean if we close bearish? Fill the range, we're going to close bullish. $15 close in here also in 2 minutes. Let's see what happens. 5 has slowly trickled up here. Oh, Brazil scored. Damn. Really? 12 minutes in? Yo. Colombians better score, or I'm cutting off the supply. Damn.
Outside med det! Nu får du inside! Outside med det!
That is a good fucking goal. Wow. Off a free kick. That's a good goal. Top corner. Oh, your cable's behind, bro. You need to jump on that Comcast. Friendly trading competition between TVS, TTE, ICT. That'd be funny. I think it would be a lot of fun in a in-person environment. Then it would be a lot of fun. But it's you can't judge a trader like that, right? You can have certain competitions, but you can't really judge the value of a trader. Yeah, this is just the cycle we're stuck in right now. We're stuck in this range. As long as we're able to identify the fact that we're in a range. Who's on AOL dial-up? I'm on that Quantum link. Or PlayNet. Remember? PlayNet? That's right before PlayNet was the precursor to AOL. And then they got bought out. I think that's how AOL was formed. IBM bought it or something. But you got it, chat. The only reason I know this is because I'm from the 1900s, right? If you were from the 1900s, you would know this kind of shit. Shit, I wish you the same. I wish all of you could live through 2 different centuries. Bro, that sound sucks so bad. Not as bad as the your out of margin sound. Was there a floppy disk in the 1900s? Yeah, back in the 1900s we had floppy disks. We had them big ass disks. I don't even remember what the fuck they were called. I'm telling you, I was like the #1 player in the world for Oregon Trail. I was definitely one of the best. We just had no way to measure it. But I was like, if we had Oregon Trail online, yo, if they had Minesweeper online, are you kidding me? I hold 10 world records in Minesweeper. Just nobody knows about it. And Solitaire. No way, Oregon Trail multiplayer. It would be lit. Kicking everybody out of my carriage, and no, you can't have no ox. Closure below 29 with a top wick on the 5, sell stops on the flip. Wicks is my set of firing out. Closure below 29. I would say that's a range 1, right? So if you're looking for closures below 29 area, you'd probably want a support to be created below there. Another support and then rebroken. Right? So you'd probably look this, right? You have range 1, you have range 2, but so you want to take sells or trades against your bias here as you're coming up in a range 2, right? And in that case, since this is a range 2, you don't take a sell in here. But if you're able to establish, right, a closure below here, and then you're able to form a support without closing back in range, respecting resistance, then you can start looking for sells, right? looking for the top wick and then a flip and a sell down. But then you're breaking a support that's below the range. So you're gonna head down, and at this point you're most likely gonna have a bit of a runner here till, you know, till here on the higher time frame. But remember, you're in a range. Like it's very likely to keep bouncing between that until you get a strong higher time frame breakout. Daily flip, 4 hour created a top wick and flipped. 1 hour's top wick and flip. Flip, this is a strong area of resistance. This right here sucks. This. It's moves like this that you're like, all right, you could drive down, but you could just as well drive up because you're in this range. So you really want to break out of the range and break out the range that's after that to confirm a change of structure. No one's trading, everyone's watching the soccer game. Well, we got 400 people on it, right? So half the people, half our usual audience is playing Fortnite, half the usual audience is here. Or a third is playing Fortnite, a third is here, and a third is watching the game. The struggle to download with stupid. Previous 30 didn't have a bottom wick, right? This 30 now has one. 7 minutes left in this 30. But you're still in this ugly ass range. Fortnite or COD. I would rather go play paintball or something. Like some real life action, right? Go outside, go get some sun, touch some grass, you know, get active, move around. It's good for you. What are we really doing here? Are we creating a top wick to come down on the 30? Are we creating a bottom wick to come up on the 15? Is the hourly just ranging? Yeah, chat. Make sure you drop a like and sub to the channel if you're new here. And if you've been here for only the last couple of days, this week, unfortunately, has been that kind of volume. But stick around. You really got to be here for months at a time. It's not. I always say trading is not a game of 1 to 2 trades, 50, 10s or 100. It's a game of thousands. You got to go through thousands of positions. You got to sit through thousands of breakdowns, thousands of no trade days, thousands of volume days. It's a game of thousands. It's going to take a long time. Oh, Ike is here for the first time again. that that dementia's rubbing off on you, bro. I think it runs in the family. Hereditary. Final. Haven't taken a trade, just watching and learning. Appreciate you. Appreciate your mid channel. Thank you for showing up. Final. I need a sound. Yeah, I gotta add that to the. There's so many sounds I gotta add to the soundboard. I've been slacking. I just like there's no value in the soundboard. It was fun for a little while. It was all cute and shit, but now it's not that cute. Soundboard legendary. Maybe I'll be more hyped about it one day again. It was like really cool for the first year. I think we just like we need some copywritten music. Like the vibes would be different, but I'm not trying to be in a penalty box. Alright, yeah, we can check the 23. I haven't checked the 23 in a little while. 23-minute time frame, ranging like a motherfucker. Nope. Strategy is price action. The ref's giving out cards to every player on the team. Everybody's getting a yellow. All of yous are getting a card. You're out of order. You're out of order. It's crazy. I hate when refs do that. They make it more about themselves than about the game. These instrumentals you made yourself? No, I hired hair seller. Green said playlists, like that shit's a command. Yeah.
The smoke got me. I got bronchitis.
Oh, now it's a command. You added the extra S in there. And So you had a closure below here. You kind of have a support established. Higher highs. This is interesting, right? You could say range 1. Range... Yeah, that looks interesting off the 30, but it looks you see what I mean? Here's the thing. Did we close below? This is where the gaps this week are wild, right? Did we close below? We did here. But if this closes bullish, then it kind of held, right? Based on this candle, then it held. Yeah, I think if we're able to tap 3113 here, maybe we can look for sells. That did. It's lovely. The previous closed bearish too. The previous 5, 15. All the time frames are falling in line here. I think I enjoy these sells. And the previous 4 didn't break the high, broke the low. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sell right here. Just took a sell as we flip. I'm gonna look for us to grab bottom wicks before a drive and anywhere at 23.27. Just every time frame makes sense. Everything lines up here. Let me mark it up. Where's short position 23? Okay. This is my position. This is my stops for now. As you know, there's no stops on my broker, on my terminal. I'll look for a bottom of the range here at 27. After grabbing all these orders to the upside, if we're gonna come up, I would expect the market to turn around at 23.27, or to make a decision, not to turn around, but to make a decision at that area. We've closed below clearly though here on the 15, and the hourly has rejected this area every single time we've tapped it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 failed to create a higher high and rebroke the low, indicating a change in structure. So I would look for 27.8 to be tapped before gold makes any kind of decision. We also have an advantage point here of the wick. This wick fill to the left. You should be roughly 11-12 pips in profit, and that's your advantage point where I'll be looking to go break even and maybe secure partials. Yeah, Brazil scored a really pretty goal. I saw. It was a really nice goal. Free kick. It was a pretty goal. Yeah. 2328.7 is BE area. Okay, I'm gonna close here. I just closed half at 10. It was 12, but with spread, it came out to 10. So I closed half at 10. I got a runner here, and we are break even. Okay.
We got a runner!
And I'm gonna look for this to tap the bottom of the range. If it comes back on us to our entry, that's basically us coming back into range, right? We have a decent entry, so I'm gonna look for us to fill the range to the bottom here. Honestly, I'm gonna move my TP. I think we are heading to here. This is where I think we're heading, to this area, not any further. So let's go right here, 32 pips. I think that's gonna be a full TP. Yeah, it was 12 pips, but with my spread and it pulled back up for a second, I ended up getting 10 flat. And it was a half closure, right? So I closed half of my positions expecting 26, 27 areas. But I understand we're in a weird, funky range where price has been bouncing up, down, up, down. We've grabbed a decent bottom wick here. If we do drive up off this area, right, there's a chance price could fill the entire range all the way to the top. So my spread is over 3. It's crazy. We also don't have the flip of the hourly, right? We had the flip of the 30 here. So, I mean, you know, W is a W. We did what we came and set out to do tonight, right? We showed up and we won the trade. And the rest is house money. So, now we wait. Either the runner goes for us, we hit BE, but we've done the job. We got a W today. In a trending market, like with the size of candles we've been getting lately, we're probably waiting 20, 30 pips here before securing any positions. But in a ranging market like this, I'm getting my 10, and for short, right? Because this has been Asian session, it's been back and forth in a range here. So I'm getting my 10, I'm securing something. I'm getting paid tonight. And then house money, right? If it wants to pay me more, I'll take it. If not, then we're winners as it is, right? It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Yeah, I took the same setup you told me, but so we went down to the 5 and we said we've closed below and we've established a support here, right? What I looked at. We literally, I went over this right before I got in the trade, right? Well, I looked at it as the most recent, so I was looking at the range like this. And then I looked at this area as range 2, and we got that topic. I was like, with momentum, we're going to break this, and that's our range 2 breakout. I'm better than Wix. You should all be better than me. You guys get access to what you do, plus to what I do. I only have access to what I do. I have nobody to consult. Why is this spread at 3.5? You know, like 6 pips instead of 9. The key is for you to take what I do and just run with it. Not steal it from me, but run with it. Get better than me. Only 5 pips in profit here, chat. The most I saw was 14. Oh, BE hit. Damn, that might be the top wick to take us down, but BE just hit with that top wick. I'm not messing around with it at this area. Maybe that's the top wick to take us down, but that was a really strong push up. Straight. So, with the 15 being open and reflipping bullish, the 30, the hourly, all doing the same thing, back in this ugly range. There's potential for the next hour. There's definitely potential for a position. But we got something out of this range, right? Can we get more? This 15 might, this 5 might flip, right? Take you down. It took me out with spread. It never even tapped price. It's about to tap price. I hope it taps price, then I won't be that upset, because it sucks being taken out with spread. Will still fall? I think so. It's in order to make a decision, but on the off chance that it doesn't, right? We're accounting for it with being break even here, and if it doesn't, we'll just look for more buys up there. And if it still falls, we have, look at all the range we have coming down below 23, 27. There's a lot of range. Like, there's moves to be had. The problem is Asian session has ranged for us, and we should be thankful to get out of Asian session with something because of the way that it's ranged, right? And we've been eating in New York. New York has been feeding hungry mouths. Anyway, drop a like for that little scalp that we just had. 10 pips. I got a question for the journal. Would you say the daily bias is... What would you say the daily bias is? Well, I'd go to the daily previous closure. We'd look the previous daily closed bearish. So you would look for today to create a top wick and fill the daily wick down. That's the bias for us today approaching the charts. Why do you prefer spreads over zero spread? I prefer zero spread. Fortunately, I have no choice. And now at this point, if it comes down now, that's not our position. Our position was this initial flip and drive to fill the range. The idea was this, right? The idea was this to fill down. It wasn't to stop here and pull back. So when you pull back here and a re-entry is not the original idea, because now you have more data printed, and that data has told you, hey, you've closed respecting support. On the smaller time frame, minor area, yes, but still you've closed respecting it. You can't disregard it. Ooh, the 15 just closed. That's another thing. That's a good closure off the 15 because now the 15 itself has closed below. This is tough here because we're in a range. There's a lot of play in a range. The levels aren't. First time in a range, great. You're creating support and resistance. Second time through a range, you're retesting the higher or the low you made. Basically, you're filling the range. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, like all this time through the range, now it becomes arbitrary. And when it becomes arbitrary, you're like, all right, well, is this the level? Or is this the level? Or is this the level? And when things happen like this, I decide to myself, no, we're going to need to wait for something that's clear. Who am I to say that this is the one to be respected, not the one right below it? Because this changes the whole outlook of your approach, right? If you're saying this is the level, well, you're holding it. You're above it, right? If you're saying this is the level right here, sorry. But if you're saying it's this one, then you're maintaining below it. So a lot of arbitrary decisions have to be made here, not clear cut, right? Not making your life easier. So wait until it's like, oh, all right, like that. Well, you don't have to make that decision. Leave that decision to the market. Leave that decision to everybody else that wants to trade. You want to trade? Be my guest. You want to win? Great. You take a W, you're the fucking man, right? I didn't. You were better than me. Who cares? Fuck your ego. The key here is to put yourself in the best possible situation. And trading in a range long term does not put you in the best possible situation. Yeah, you win today, and then you say, I'm the GOAT. You win the next 3 times, you say, oh, I can full margin this area. I know what the fuck it does. Boom. That's the time it loses. Don't settle for arbitrary, right? Don't settle for arbitrary.
I don't throw darts at a board. I bet on sure things.
This looks lovely. Below the most recent, I would say we fill the range down, but I don't know. Maybe it flips 3 pips and comes back up. Maybe it drives through, right? I'm not going to leave that up to chance. I'm going to take my chances when the chance of this is impossible, where this doesn't exist. This level doesn't exist, right? If this was clean range here and this didn't exist right here, perfect. We're not leaving it up to chance. We're leaving it up to historical market data, right? Historical price data. So you're not forced to take a trade here. It looks beautiful, but not everything aligned. There's no one forcing. The only thing you're accountable to is yourself, right? You're accountable to yourself. So stick with the plan. But if your strategy says, all right, so the probability of this going down is lower, but then again, I don't mind taking on a certain amount of risk, because the risk to reward here will be like, let's say that my risk will be just the break of the high of this candle. That's 7 pips, but my reward here is 15, and I can do like a little entry position, right? Just a feeler position. If it starts running, I'll add. If it starts running below here, maybe that's how you trade. That's just not how I approach things, because like I want to make 1-2 high quality decisions, and that's it. I don't want to sit here making a whole bunch of high quality decisions and really wondering what could have been here, what could have been there. No, everything is noise except the things that you're looking for. Because if you start saying, oh, maybe this, maybe that, you're inviting in, opening the door up for the things that you're not looking for. Shut them out completely. The things you're not looking for. That doesn't mean shut out opportunity, right? If you're looking for opportunities and looking for things to discover, that's a different approach now that you're looking at than looking for a specific trade from your plan, right? If you're looking at something that, oh, I've seen the sprint many times, let me see how pay attention how it prints here, right? And you're looking for opportunities to work on things. Yes. If you're looking for opportunities to trade and you're like, all right, this is my position, I'm not looking to learn something new here, I'm looking for this specific thing to happen, don't even invite that conversation. But maybe we could also, based on what I've seen, have you sample sized it? Are you ready to put your typical risk on it? There'll be times for you to put regular risk on a position, sample size it, get some data out of it, right? But if you're right, if you're entering a position, tune everything out. Make sure it's what you're looking for. It's the cleanest range possible. Put yourself in the best possible situation to succeed where these levels don't exist. You don't worry about them, right? And you take that aspect of uncertainty out of your trading. Wait for the higher quality setup. Colombia scored. 1 up. W. Amazing. For me, on this now, it's no. I will price level, better price action. Price action is taking my few bad trades. Those, I mean, you're not for it. There's nothing wrong being like, oh, it's the Instagram shit that makes it wrong. People are like, oh, you saw the market drive 60 pips, you didn't do anything. Yeah. There's times it drove 1,000 pips. I didn't even look at it. Forget do anything. There were times where I didn't even open the chart. That's even worse. like, it's okay. It doesn't matter. What matters is your principles. Are you going to stand on principle and wait for your position, or are you going to sell out? I just started trading for like 3 months already. Found your channel and Don. I've been learning lots from you guys. Love the vibe. Absolutely. Stick around. More to come. No Diddy. These things, these minor nuances are going to be the difference between break even and profitable. They're going to be the difference between, you know, tearing your hair out and going to cry in the bathroom, or going in the bathroom, shutting off all the lights and like, and yelling, why? God, please, just this one. Like, these little things, when you adjust them, that's the man's way of telling you you're ready. You're ready. That's why I put you through all that shit before. So now you could understand and learn. You are being given the opportunity to do something better, greater, right? Something bigger than yourself, for your family. Be thankful for it. Don't ask for things. Be thankful for the opportunity and work on it. Help yourself. Don't squander the opportunity to actually get this right. And when people settle, it's it's not good enough. The game's intense. Your opponent's strong. A lot of experience. This is lovely. But none of that matters, right? Your opponent doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The markets don't matter. What matters is, are you going to stand on your principles once you figured out what your plan is? Or will you deviate, which will ruin the system? It will ruin the it'll throw off your homeostasis, ruin the equilibrium that you create for trading. Your data is based on sample size, right? Your positions are based on sample size data. Deviation from that, you're throwing darts at a board. Good stream today. See you tomorrow. That's right. See you tomorrow on my channel. At 9:55. I'm like, it might still come down. I'm not gonna have any positions here. I'm probably gonna call it a session once we close here on the hourly. The 15 just flipped. We have 5 minutes though to go for the rest of the hour. You think it'll fill the remaining 11 pips? Could. Or you could get a closure below here, and the next hourly gives you a top wick and fills down. Off the hourly, it would be a more solid position because you don't have those. Remember the levels we were just drawing over here, over here, over here? We don't have that on the hourly, so maybe the hourly closure is what you need. Once you have this hourly over here, look for another top wick and price to come down. Just at this point, the rest of this range down here is small, but your advantage point is probably here at 28 pips. I'm gonna call it too. Thanks as always. I appreciate you guys. If you're calling it a session, get some rest. Don't overtrade. Don't. I see you, all you overtraders. Chat. By the way, we're gonna be opening up Overtraders Anonymous for all of you overtrading addicts. Right? We have the Margin Call Center, and in that same building, we'll be running OA meetings. Overtraders Anonymous. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of recovering overtraders in these streams. I think like 90% of this stream are recovering overtraders. Who's still in recovery? We all still in recovery. Yeah, OA meetings. You're having withdrawals? Well, that's the thing. You want to have withdrawals. Recovering overtraders, that's one of the steps, right? First, except you get withdrawals after you recover, not like before. That's where things are different with alcohol and overtraders. First speaker. Weaned off slowly with funded accounts. You guys are funny. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a session here. 2 minutes left here to 10. I'm not going to take another position. I'm going to go rest. And I'm going to go watch the rest of this soccer game that we have left. Second half. I'm going to go to bed early today, so I can be up tomorrow with a fresh head, clear mind, making high quality decisions in the New York session for the Signal Gang. Wow, what a good goal by Brazil. Just saw it again. But I think that's our session. Congrats. Oh, I'll update it for tomorrow. I was going to say congrats, everybody. It's win number 145 on the year, but I'll update that tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun. Hope it was fun for everyone. Mods, thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Congrats to the new mods on their first full session as new mods. Good job. You guys did well. Performed well. I'm watching. I'm rating. Alright, Clubhouse gang, Zoom gang, I'll see you in the Clubhouse. Signal channel, I'll see you guys in the morning. And everybody else, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, live here on YouTube. As for me, my time here is up. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.